What is your advice to a young person who wants to become financially independent?
First of all, if you're asking that question, you're already 10 steps behind. We got a market system on the brink of crash as individuals come together to create a simulation that allows individuals to financially succeed on their own. And I think we all know that. And that's why people don't understand. They say, how do I get money? How do I make money? You are money. And we are one and the same. We want to reach a level of success that allows us to be winners. But we already are, baby. Athletes don't get it. Some women do. Entrepreneurs, though, they're the ones that know how to make the money into more money. We're talking printing cash, baby. Don't trust credit cards. Banks will steal your money. Get a second mortgage. Get a high-yield savings account. Also, don't even ask the question. Just do it. And that's a lot what I talk about in my book.
And that's it. You, an entrepreneur, what gives you that inspiration every day to wake up and grind the way you do?
Well, for starters, I'm a winner. I've never really understood when people don't have the motivation. If you're not grinding your ass to a fine powder, what the hell are you doing with your day? I couldn't just be a winner because I naturally was one. I have to decide every damn day that I'm going to be a winner. I get out of my bed. And then I grind. The other thing I do is I don't listen to a damn thing anyone says to me. I have so many people come up to me and say, what you're saying doesn't make sense. Not with that attitude. You're not looking at it the right way. Because if you had the understanding that I have of things that I've been through that you haven't been through, you would know a little bit more about what it takes to be a winner. To be an entrepreneur that has made millions. You know what I mean? So take that, because that's a code I live by. They say they have more important things to figure out, like having a family. I say, if you're not starting a brand, if you're not working towards being an entrepreneur and grinding at every hour, every day, stacking them up so you can manipulate time to be as successful as possible? Bob's store went out of business years ago. They're not doing it right. Prada, Fila, they're not going to come out with any of that because they don't have that mentality. This is all in my book. They just don't understand, and it drives me crazy. But yeah, just stay hard. What are your rules to be spiritually fit to achieve a higher level of success in the society that we live in today?
You know, it's funny. People ask me that all the time. They're like, how do you stay so spiritual? How are you someone... Even right there, I just entered that. I just entered into a realm that most people wouldn't be able to get into. So there are 4 tenets to my spirituality. 1, being at peace with everything that is. And the way that I do that is by taking everything in. I actually take it in. And a lot of people skip that step. You know what they say? They say, I want to get away from it. I say, no. Give it to Papa. And these feelings come, and and I can feel them. And when I take those feelings, I recycle them. The feelings come in, and I'm able to take those feelings that most people can't even fathom or even withstand, and I'm able to push them out into something beautiful. That's tenet 1. Tenet 2. I never leave my house without praying first, without dedicating my life to something that's bigger than me. Tenet 3. I always call my friends if ever I need anything. I'll call my friend and I'll say, hey, can we get together? Do you have any spiritual stuff you need to talk about? Do you feel spiritually fit today? Most of the time they answer no. Tenet number 4. Forget everything I just said. Take it as it comes. The day will go by no matter what, whether or not you want it to or not. So accept it. Accept every moment. Accept every little piece of the day that comes your way. Take the day. Wash it off. Take that little thing that you've been putting to the side and dust it off. Give it a little attention. See where your life is in 4 weeks after you do that. Next question.
Given what we've seen and the lack of hustle mentality, do you think there's even a chance for the young people of today?
I wouldn't be spiritual if I said no. But I wouldn't be honest if I said yes. In my book, I touch on the subject. I say, where would the old be without the young, and where would the young be without the old? You need one to make the other. You need the other to make the one. These are all basic spiritual tenets, which I talk about in my book. People love pointing the finger at young people, and they love saying, look, they don't vote. They've never had a job. Why don't you have a house yet? You don't have a job. They don't vote. The first thing I would do, people ask me all the time, they say, what would you say to a young person who needs to hear something, that's going to move them? And I say, I wouldn't say anything at all. I'd listen. Something that the world doesn't do. There's two groups of people that are never listened to. The very young and the very old. People in the middle run the world. That's why the president's 79 years old.
And that's the mentality that you have to have if you...
Give it to me.
You might say, I don't have a house yet. Yeah, not without my ass.
What the fuck? Tenet 4. Never leave the house without praying. An awe, like an awe.
Ah.
No, like an in awe, like.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
I got one more again like that.
What?
So given the landscape today, do you think there's any hope for the kids who seem to just totally lack that grind mentality?
Wait, did I ask that question?
I asked you that. I feel them deep inside. And when I take those feelings, what I do is I recycle them. They come in.